Hello, everyone, and welcome to Language Talks. We are in conversation today with Vidula Tokekar. She is joining us from Pune. She's a language expert and founder director of Translation Panacea, a language solutions integrator company. She leads a multidisciplinary team providing translation, localization, content development, subtitling, dubbing, audiobooks, and multilingual communication solutions across industries. Her work focuses on helping businesses and publishers expand into multiple languages and reach diverse audiences effectively. Her work spans a wide and diverse range, and it would be difficult for me to cover it entirely in a single conversation, but I'm going to try. So let us speak with her and gain a little understanding of the work she does. Hi, Vidula. Welcome to the show.
Hi, and thank you so much, Lita, for inviting me here. It's an absolute honor to be here. For one thing, it is to talk to you, who is so experienced and well versed in this profession, and I mean, you have the comprehension of what is going on, and again, talking to you about our mutually the subject of mutual passion, that is languages. So thank you.
Yeah, the pleasure is equally mine. To begin with, what inspired you, Vidula, to build Translation Panacea and design such comprehensive services?
So actually, I had been working in the industry all along. So with deadlines and schedules and all that. So when I started my BPO venture, it was all about processes. And once the processes were set, I had a lot of free time with me. And so I went back to my passion, that is creative writing, but this time with translation. So, and when I started this, I saw a huge gap. Barring a few respected exceptions, most of the publishing houses, I'm very sorry, but they did not have a strict schedule. And so I wondered, I mean, these are publishing houses who publish like 500,000 books a year. So I wondered how they do this. And I'm one person who strongly believes in creativity is discipline. So I started with putting delivery dates in the agreement and actually delivered on those dates. And now that actually delivering in 300-page book on that date, duly translated, edited, proofread, and typeset. So this was at one side, and on the other side, I saw that talented translators always looked at this activity as a filler activity. So as and when completed basis.
Okay.
So they did not earn good money, and so they were not interested. So this was not a happy cycle. So I thought I could change it, and we did our bit in that. So the industry always required language support. I was in comfort zone there, and they found a vendor who spoke their language. So this one thing led to another, karma banta gaya. And so to answer you, the industry gap and the unique combination of creativity and discipline.
Yes, and technology also. You're very well versed with technology. I think that's
Yes.
a very big asset for this industry, isn't it? Before we get into the technical side, tell us a bit about your personal journey. Like, how did languages become central to your professional path? You already mentioned creative writing, but can you tell us something more?
I'm a reader. I'm a good reader. I'm a voracious reader. And since childhood, I read without any filter. Whatever comes in front, I used to read. And as you read more and more, you start to make out what is reading good and why you find it good, and what is something that is not so interesting for you personally. It may be interesting for someone else, but what interests you and why it interests you. So this, what we can say, this consciousness was all there, but and I was always participating in some of the other literary activities in my school and my college, but when my career in commerce took over, then all the languages and literature was went on the back burner. Career, family, life, all these things happened. Then when I was in the MCCI, the writing something was a part of my job. So I used to write articles. I used to write uh, reports, memoranda, more of professional writing. But I always tried to do it more and more interesting, and I noticed that people find it interesting. So so then I thought that okay, this is working. I used to write speeches for the presidents and other office bearers, and I enjoyed writing, and people liked it. So so it worked. So when I started this Panacea BPO Services Private Limited, my focus was on business processes because I am basically a processes person. So we were doing processes in SCM, supply chain management, finance, accounting. But when any process is set, then my job is over. So then the team leader do their job, or the team does their job. So I was free again. So I thought that now, now that I have got a lot of free time, let us dabble with the passion of languages. So I started translating, and I enjoyed it. And then books started coming, and then, as I said, I saw this gap. Um, then I started to explore the uses of languages in industry and entertainment. But to tell you frankly, I had no formal training. I was a complete outsider. I had no connections in the industry or trade, for that matter. So bad thing is, I said I had no connections. I didn't know how this machinery works. And good thing was that I had no inhibitions. I didn't know that I didn't know what I cannot do. So I was open to do anything and everything. So that worked in my favor actually. And publishers saw a trusted partner in me who had no publishing ambition. I had decided I will not publish books. So I did not have that kind of ambition, and that gave them a lot of comfort. And industry saw a trusted partner who understood the delivery mechanics, delivering in time, delivering in quality, and in their deliverables. So it worked for all. So this is how, and in 1 year we took a conscious decision that we will stop all the other BPO work and focus only on languages. So after that, we did only languages and nothing else. Even today, we do only languages. Wherever language is present, it can be in print, it can be in audio, in video, screen, digital, but only languages we do.
Wow, that is so amazing. I mean, your focus is really astounding. I love that.
Thank you.
You mentioned publishers. So when publishers want to take a book into multiple languages, so where do things usually get complicated, and how do you look at that? Like the linguistic approach, the cultural, the social. I think that must be so many things.
I won't say culturally, because you want to translate it because it comes from a different culture and you want to know that. So cultural, the stories are not culturally complicated. The translator can do it culturally. I mean, that is not a challenge. Linguistically, there are talented translators, so who put a lot of thinking in translation work. So they know how to translate a concept, a story, idea, emotion. So the actual translation work, the act of translation is not a challenge. Actually, if you ask me frankly, the challenge lies somewhere else.
I see. Okay.
The challenge lies in two things. I mean, this is my perception. The one thing is that the project management of the whole translation work. There are stages, and there are simultaneous tasks, and there are sequential It's a typical project management environment. So you have to do it very well. But here the what we can say, the rider is the creative side of it. You can't compromise creativity for speed, and you can't compromise speed for creativity.
Right.
So, but I believe that when you say that I am a professional translator, I have mastery over languages, then you must be able to deliver it in time. And actually, even when AI was not there, even when machine translation was not there, there was an inherent support system around you. You need to use those tools. See, translation is not work when you sit on an island and do it. It's a what you can say, it's a collective activity. You have to take support from other tools. Maybe they are books, maybe they are people, persons. But that project management, where it comes is that the editor needs to give the support, and they have, I mean, the whole project management has to be very well organized, and for multiple books and for years together. So that is one challenge.
Okay.
And the other challenge is, if we say marketing to it, or reaching the books, literature to the readership. If you see, all languages are not ready for all the subjects at one time.
Right.
I will give an example of like Bra in Marathi. It was very well received in Marathi language, but all the Indian language were not ready for that kind of expression at that time, or even for the Dalit literature in India.
Yeah.
All the regions became ready for that kind of literature at different times, and there is nothing wrong in that. Everybody has speed and priorities of their own. So sensitivities are different. What can be very humorous in, say, French may not be so humorous in Arabic.
Yeah, right.
So sensitivities are different. And but actually, having said that, it is the job of the publishers to introduce these unfamiliar concepts and stories to those readerships. That is the challenge, actually.
Training the audience.
Yes, yes, creating the audience and actually introducing these new concepts to that audience. That is the challenge. And so the complication, as you asked, is outside the linguistic and cultural domain.
Okay. Like somewhere else.
Yes.
The work involves not just translation, but also the other technical aspects like formatting or convergence or technical publishing workflows. So how important is it today for language professionals to understand technology?
It is necessary. See, these are the basic requirements. Like now we don't write with pen and pencil these days. We use computers. We learned to type in various formats. Maybe it is in presentation, PPT, or in Word format. So these are even technologies. We embrace that. So this is a part of technology is going to stay here, and it is going to be a part of our everyday life and career.
Yeah.
So what is necessary for you to perform better and career is not a pastime activity. So when you are an accountant, you learn those new tools, amendments in the acts. You keep yourself updated. The same applies here. So this is for every profession. Like language professions must understand the basic technology tools, and the funnier part or the interesting part is the modern the technology is, the more user friendly it is. So earlier, if you really had to struggle to learn something, it is so easy. I mean, it is made that way that you learn it quickly.
Correct.
So it is very I have seen examples that even a middle-aged persons or a very young linguist who is just entering the language career embrace technology like anything, very
Correct.
fast. They learn new tools, adapt to new delivery schedule, delivery mechanisms. So, and they prosper. But uh, on the other hand, or on the other end of the spectrum, I have seen some linguists, they are either very complacent or they are scared.
Mm.
They say that this is what I do, this is how I do, take it or leave it. So
Ah,
there is a limitation they put to themselves.
correct.
So if you are doing a certain thing in certain way yesterday, and today if there is a better way available, then where does the sanity lie?
Correct.
You have to learn new things. You have to learn new things. That is there. So
That is the, that is the way ahead.
I mean, I will tell you, people like it really pains when people say that no, I can't make changes in the PDF document, or I don't know how to keep track changes open and edit it. It pains. Uh,
Yeah,
we go ahead and we actually teach them, train them. But unless you are willing to learn, if you are willing to learn, you don't need anybody else's help.
exactly. It's very user friendly now.
Yeah.
Right.
So eventually they slow down, and if you have one ship in your fleet, then this ship actually slows down the entire fleet. So you have to make the choice.
Well said. Yes. It's like survive or perish. That's the way
Absolutely.
it is.
And it is fun. You see, now, even with the AI, people, luckily in our team or in my circle, nobody was anxious or scared of AI. We thought that,
Mhm.
"Arey, this is an excellent tool with us." There are limitations, but there are
Mhm.
huge capabilities. So
Yes.
be aware of the limitations and be aware of the strengths and use them to your benefit.
Correct.
That's it. And
Fantastic.
today there is AI, tomorrow there will be something else. The technology is going to be here.
True, true. The names will keep changing.
Yes,
Something will be there. Yeah.
and it will.
Having worked on hundreds of titles, what patterns have you noticed? So, what kind of content travels across languages and what tends to resist translations?
Difficult question.
Ah,
If I had that answer, the publishers would auction me actually.
oh, million dollar question.
Uh, no, it is very unpredictable, and I am not an expert to comment on that. But traditionally, what I can say that stories of economically strong languages, they flow to economically weaker languages.
Acha,
That
okay.
that has happened before, that is happening today, and that will happen tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. If you remember a few years back, the markets were flooded with self-help books from the US.
Yes.
And I thought that there is better content available here in India or in Asian countries. The and not all of them were genuinely outstanding. So a lot of a very good content prevailed in all these languages, all the Asian languages, even the European languages. But there was a flood of that kind of content at one time. Thankfully, it is reducing now. So, so now you see other trends happening. One trend I have noticed that even earlier it was there, but now it is becoming more visible and more powerful. That every country has their own book offices, or they have the what say translation grant programs for their own languages. And they are
Okay.
very keen that literature or stories from their languages go to other languages. They make conscious efforts and they even fund the translations.
Very
So
nice.
that is a very good trade. And even some of the states in India also are making this conscious effort. And that is how we see more and more stories from uh, uh, what not the traditionally economically strong countries, but they are making conscious efforts that stories of their people reach to the world.
Exactly. That is so amazing, isn't
Yes,
it?
it's one very interesting trend. Uh, when an author tells his audience that, see, my book is available in so many languages, it is so when the author tells his fans that my book is available in your language, you can read it in your language, it makes a huge difference.
Mm.
And these days, these young authors, they don't shy away from promoting their own books. I mean, who is the best person to promote their book? The author himself or herself.
Yes.
And they do it, and they do it very honestly, and that is a very encouraging and very welcoming trend, that the young authors promoting their books, and they are very conscious that my book is going to other languages. They are very supportive. If the translator has any difficulty, they are available to explain, to discuss, and to have their book in various languages.
That's a
I
very
just
nice
love
step.
that.
Yeah. Panacea also works in podcasting, dubbing, and voiceover. So, how does working with spoken language differ from written word in terms of challenges and creativity?
Challenges, I won't say challenges. It's a different game.
Okay.
And language, actually, by definition, language is for speaking, for talking to each other. And so the basic work of language, or the basic expression of language, is speaking, audio language.
Right.
That it is very interesting. And as far as audio translation or audio work is concerned, I think it is more of recreating rather than translating. Because the written language has a very structured, it has a very defined structure. But podcasts or the informal these things, they are not structured, they are not scripted. So there is a very interesting to translate these and to dub these. And we have always seen that howsoever best you translate, when the voice artist stands in front of the microphone, he or she has to tweak it a bit. So they
Okay.
put their own thing in that, and which actually works better. So
It's more is it more spontaneous?
it is spontaneous. It is spontaneous. But
Mhm.
see, if it is a 40 minutes podcast, then you have to have something basic in your front when you dub it. But
Yeah.
even when it is there, or even the drama also, when you dub it, the voice artist makes some changes on his own or on her own, and that is very interesting. And when I mean, what I won't say challenge, but what is peculiar to this is that you always need to keep track of many things. What is happening on the screen, the time of the movements, then the lip movements, of course, the expressions. Where the simple sentence like "How are you" can be spoken in very different ways, and it can be translated in different ways if the expressions on the screen change. So it is, as I said, it is not translation, but it is recreation. You have to be master of both the languages, and you have to be in touch of both the languages, very contemporary.
Interpretation is another key service of Panacea. So, what skills are critical for interpretation?
It is at the Z of the language expertise.
Right.
I often say it is like the dressage in equestrian sports.
Mhm.
Uh, you have to be the master of both the source language and the target language. You have to know why these people are talking to each other. What is the objective of their meeting or training or whatever is going on. You don't have any time to think when you are interpreting it, especially in simultaneous interpretation or even the consecutive interpretation also. I mean, you don't have any time to think about the word or the expression. So you can't make mistakes, you can't skip anything, you can't miss anything. So I mean, hats off to the interpreters. How and when you add the online aspect in that, then you have no reference to the body language of the speaker. So and two languages behave very differently. Say, suppose, let's take an example of German, where the verb comes at the second place, but the negation is at the end. And in Hindi, the negation comes first and the verb follows that. So, so it is very interesting, and it is very the matter of really expertise how you interpret for even. So interpretation is very exhausting. So in simultaneous interpretation, you have to change the interpreter after 30-40 minutes. And you can't make mistakes, especially when it is a high profile interpretation session. You have to do it correct for the first time. And in writing, you can edit. In speaking, you can't edit. You can't filter. Many things are there.
I mean, it's such a tedious job, as you mentioned.
I'll give you examples of two very interesting interpretations we did. One was a global conference. It was online conference. And it went for 24 hours in different regions. It was online conference, so the timing changed with the regions. And 3 interpreters of every language were working on that session. So in online interpretation, they had given us the presentations for that, but what the speaker would say would be different. So they actually had they had learned by heart, because it was a conference on some solar energy uses, future of solar energy, quite technical thing. So they actually learned by heart the terminology and everything. And it went for 24 hours, going in for different regions. So the whole coordination effort was also going on from our side for 24 hours.
My goodness.
That was very interesting, and it gives you a sense of fulfilling. We could be help of so many people. And also we had done a very interesting, it was a series of interpretations actually for Wikimedia. So people from all over the world had joined the meeting, and the meeting was from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And they have a very great policy that even if one person of that language says that I need interpreter, they have to provide the interpreter. And they do provide that interpreter. So again, our team was there. So from different time zones they were, and they interpreted. But that was such a this is one benefit of our profession, that we are exposed to so many things and so many positive things that are going on in the world. You enrich so much yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree.
And promotion time, I have created a series of videos on interpretation subject on Instagram and YouTube. So
is it?
I can use your platform to promote. Please do visit our Instagram channel of Translation Panacea, and you will see the whole series on interpretation, the skills, even what should the speaker remember, or the company who appoints the interpretation agency, what they should do and how they can add value. Many things. Be useful for everybody.
Yes, I think it is very essential, because interpretation is a very high profile job. Vidula, you also engage with rights and publishing logistics. So I think it is very important for translators today to understand the business side of publishing, because I think translators are more engaged into the linguistic and cultural, social, part of the language. So please tell us more about the rights and publishing logistics.
So as I said, I was a complete outsider in this, so I did not know even the processes and the legalities of these rights and everything. I just knew that there is something called copyright, and it works in this profession. But when I became part of this industry business, then I started to learn about it. Not all the translators need to know all the business aspects of publishing, but there are a few major points that there is a translation agreement which has happened between the original publisher and this language publishing company, and there are time limits basically for publishing. So it is very necessary that the translator completes the translation work within given time. Now, this is very important. There is money involved. So, and much more money is involved in that. So the translator has to do it well. And then there are some terms, if they are put in the agreement, and if the publisher says that this has to come in this way, For example, this is only an example. This is not the real life example, but say suppose 7 habits. Now, if the author or the original rights owner has said that you cannot translate the word 7 habits because it has some brand value, then you have to, howsoever weird it may sound, but if the right owner has told you to do something in a certain fashion, you have to do it. It was not a condition by 7 habits. I have translated it, but I'm giving just an example. And also, sometimes there is a way of how the name of the translator will appear. So the translators have to understand that these things are governed by the translation agreement. Some authors are a brand in themselves. So they say that only our name will appear on the cover. So in that case, you cannot insist that your name must appear on the cover. It will appear on the copyright page, and you will get the due recognition. But maybe you won't get the place on the cover.
Yeah, right.
And sometimes it so happens that the translators don't agree with the content of the book. The ideologies are maybe different.
Okay.
Or they just don't agree with the thought. But they cannot add their commentary in that. This is a general rule of translation, but you have to be really careful that you are not adding anything, or sometimes you are a bit shy to translate some content, and so you just skip it. So you cannot do that, because that is that can be the crux of the original work. So you don't have any choice to miss anything, skip anything, or add anything of your own.
You also work on audiobooks. So what goes into transforming a written text into an engaging listening experience?
The first step is the audio adaptation of any book.
Okay.
So that is the first step, and the actual success of that book depends largely on how well that content is adapted to audiobook. So you have to be constantly aware that this is going to be heard. So reading aloud is the key. So when you read aloud, then you understand that this needs to be changed here. And what else? We try to make it a drama of sorts. So with AI recording, you don't have any limitations on how many characters are there and how many actors are there. So we make the full use of it. And if there are, say, 17 characters in a story, we bring all 17 different voices in that.
Wow.
Yes. You don't have any restriction in that.
Correct.
Yeah, we add music and we actually create a drama. We give the sound effects and make it a drama. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the best use of technology, I think.
Yes.
Wonderful. AI. So AI and machine translation are very prominent now. So when do you see human translators holding an irreplaceable edge, especially in this publishing area?
I think that human translators will be there. They need to use this technology, but actually now the translators have to be really master of the art. Because what the machine can't do, only they can do. So the machine may be, what I'm saying is, as of this moment. What will happen in half an hour?
We don't know.
Some other AI will come. We don't know. So as of this moment, the AI or machine translation has some limitations in translating, say, emotions or humor or sarcasm. I mean, the qualities of humans. So the machine has limitations to that. So the humans can do it far better. So, but one thing is that the humans should be able to identify those areas and then add the human touch to that. So the human editing, as of now, I feel human editing will stay here. As the technology will stay here, the human editing will stay here.
Okay.
Even for the and say For social media content, we localize a lot of social media content also, and it's a different kind of language. They coin new words. Uh, they mold the language in the way they want. It's very interesting.
It's amazing. Yes.
Yeah, and there are serious limitations in AI for that. The AI may interpret in a very different way, which can go very wrong. So the humans are uh, inevitable there. They have to be there, and they can coin new words in their language. They can use different what you can say, different expressions. Again, social media translation is not translation; it is recreation. So they can form entirely different sentences or the expressions which are not translation of the original, and yet it is very effective and carries the meaning of it.
Yeah.
So in these areas, humans will be there.
Okay.
Again, translation of poetry is best done by humans.
Okay.
Translation of fictions also, when there is a lot of unsaid things, very emotionally charged fictions, humans are better as of now. We
As
don't
of
know what will happen tomorrow.
So finally, Vidula, for young translators who want to enter this publishing world, what skills should they have? What would be your advice?
Look at language profession as a serious profession.
Mhm.
Earlier, there may be a time when it was always, as I said, a filler or a second career. But now you can see people doing well with language skills. I am not saying only translation, but with the language skills. So
Yes.
embrace technology, be very professional in your delivery and in your work, and don't work in isolation. Be with people, be in the group, create your community, be a part of language community, and work there. And believe that there will be better and better tools, and so you need to make yourself better and better in languages, in expertise, and reading never goes out of fashion. So consume content, as they say it now, consume content, read, listen, watch. So just immerse yourself in languages. And one more thing is that have exposure to as many things as you can. Nowadays, people think that, unfortunately, they say that no, working from home, I work from home, and going out becomes less, or within their own comfort zone, within their own circles. I think we need to break that. You have to go to, as we used to say in olden days, unseen places, meet unknown people, expose yourself to unfamiliar situations. So only then your exposures, your mind starts working better. Your vocabulary increases, and you know the real meaning behind that expression. And
Great advice. Yeah.
and this exposure is not only a screen exposure. It is not like only watching YouTube videos. No, you have to actually go out and meet real people, go to real places.
Right. Leave your comfort zone, like they say.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, Vidula, what are you currently working on? What's on the plate?
We are currently working on a lot of social media localization in various languages. Then quick commerce and e-commerce localization. And the other side of the coin is, again, the publishing is becoming more active now. So yes, and we are also into buying rights now and selling rights of our own authors into other languages. Yes, so that is happening. And AI supported audiobooks, that is catching up well. So these are the new things that we are doing.
Yeah, in addition to the other things that you
Yes.
keep doing.
Yes.
Great. It was lovely having a discussion with you about your passion and mine too.
Thank
It
you,
was
Lalita.
lovely.
Even I had not thought in so much clear terms about what you asked just now. It just happened in your daily work. But thank you
I
for
mean,
the
right. So you're so immersed in your daily activities. We don't take a third person's view towards ourselves. That's
yes,
how it is.
true.
And thank you for sharing your views and your journey. It
Great,
was lovely having you here.
great.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Lalita. The honor is entirely mine, and look forward
Pleasure.
to meet you in person very soon.
We will do that.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day. Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in conversation with Vidula. See you in the next episode. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.